Take off! It is a Wednesday morning, and you are tuned into the Whensday Warm-Up here on the Inside Show with your host, Lee, and my trusty sidekick, pew, 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 pew. You know, me and this air horn.
Pew, 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 pew.
Me and this air horn, I feel like we don't even
get
need
the actual.
We do have it, but I feel like we need to control it from this
No,
side.
I'm speaking about the legit one, the one that they use for like protocol and stuff like that.
Oh, that
You should
one
actually
is
get
loud.
that one.
But my trusty psychic, Mr. Miller, how you doing?
Top of the morning. Thank you so much, Leandra. Wow, man. I'm so excited for this show.
Yes,
my blood is boiling for this show.
Boiling.
But nonetheless, top of the morning to all the viewers that are joining us. Top of the afternoon and
I
top
shake
of
my
the
head.
evening.
I shake my head. Mr. Miller, do you know why?
Okay, before, you know what? I'm going to come back to the greeting because the greeting is important. But nonetheless, let's go there, Leandra.
Yeah. Why
are you
why
shaking
do
your
I
head?
shake my head?
I think because Mr. Wing had just walked in.
African time. Yo.
Top of the morning to you, Mr. Wing It. But before we get into it, top of the morning, top of the afternoon, and top of the evening to everyone joining us around the world. Man, we're so excited for this beautiful show this morning. And thank you for joining us on the Whensday Warm-Up. I'm so excited, man. You know?
I'm so excited.
Hey, come on.
And I just can't hide it. Oh, I'm about to lose control and I think I like it.
Hey, whoa.
But anyway, let us greet the man who just walked into studio right now, Mr. Winging It, who has a daunting task at hand, but he walks in at this time. Huh?
You know what? In life.
In
Yes,
life
sir.
and in stuff.
These things happen.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie, there was no traffic. I woke up late.
Yo.
It's cold outside.
No,
Yeah.
that is
It's
not
cold
a good
outside.
enough excuse.
And then I stopped to put petrol in still, and they took very long at the petrol
No,
station.
you see,
know.
this is the
So
problem.
in life, you guys understand, these things happen in life, man. It happens. But anyway, good morning to everybody out there, man. Hope you guys are having an awesome morning, even in this weather, even though it's
cold.
yeah.
So in South Africa, I think
Yeah.
in most parts of South Africa, we have a cold front. So it
Yeah.
is really cold.
Yeah.
What is the degrees right now, guys?
Literally.
For real?
Yeah.
Wow.
According to the weather.
Okay.
The weather app.
Okay, if you are watching from another part of the world where it's always cold and you are like, what is 1 degree Celsius? That is cold for South Africa. Sunny South Africa, that is cold for us. So we are bibbering deep
Yeah.
within the bones.
We usually sit by 15 degrees and we get cold.
Exactly. So, I mean, our
I just want to say
our-
this. I want to say this.
Say
before,
it,
Before.
say it.
Do you know that there's parts around the world where people actually get cold? Like what we're experiencing right now is nothing. I'm talking about. I have friends in Germany right now, in Norway. Like these guys are getting cold. We were on a class we had class this morning, and they were like complaining of how actually cold it gets that side. So
Yeah.
we like it's sunny. Like
So
you
the
know?
theme song there is, do you remember? So this morning I was listening, just by the way, I'm going to get to what I was about to say. But I was listening to 947 and they've got that classic or not. You know,
Okay.
if they like play a song from way back when, that was a hit back then and they're like, is it a classic now? But for those people in those colder parts of the world, theirs is, what's his name? Omarion. I've got this icebox where my heart used to be. Is that a classic or what?
I'm so cold.
I'm so cold.
I'm so cold.
That's a classic then.
That's definitely a classic. And then we've got the friendly ghost, J. Paris. Bonjour.
merci.
Can you all finally hear me?
No.
We still can't hear you, bro.
Unfortunately.
I don't know what's happening. There's a ghost at the sound desk that does not want to see you win, Jay. Huh?
Hey.
The devil is a liar.
I don't think the audience is ready for you, bro. On a Wednesday, the Whensday warm-up, they're not ready for you, my G. Do you think they're ready for you?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. But we... we'll sort out the audio nonetheless. But we are just so excited. You made it to the middle of the week. Congratulations to you.
Oh, man.
We just
Big
want to
shout
say,
out.
pew, 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 pew. I'm doing my air horn again because you made it.
Yeah.
You are gevaarlijk. So I just want to say shout
It
out to
means
you.
dangerous.
Dangerous.
Anyway.
But only the people watching. The others that don't watch, you're not gevaarlijk. Jokes. Anyway, Mr. Miller.
Yes.
Let's get
man.
straight into it, man, because we've got a jam-packed program here, and our chef is getting ready. I know that he is all in it to win it. He is ready
This
to
is
do the things that need to be
winning on
done
another level,
to the stuff. So, Mr. We've got this segment here on the Whensday Warm-Up
Yeah.
called Breaking News. And what? Okay, go, Mr. Miller. It's you now.
SA to endure stage 2 load shedding from 10 a.m. today to Friday night.
Boo.
This is a topic that's currently trending in South Africa. We're going to have load shedding for 2 hours in a 24-hour cycle. It has already started, but now the formal comms have come through from Wednesday till Friday. So if you're lucky, you will actually experience 2 hours. If you're not lucky, you'll experience a little bit more because this is South Africa.
And those in our European countries, you don't know what load shedding is. It's when they put our lights off.
Yeah.
We have no
There's
electricity
no
whatsoever.
electricity. Yeah.
Because I'm just mentioning it because when we landed in Netherlands the one year to play now football, and we were speaking about load shedding, he didn't know what we were talking about.
It's rolling blackouts.
Yes, blackout.
So which means that like they schedule us, they put us all on a schedule right across South Africa, and they'll say, okay, this area will have no electricity from,
This time
let's
to
say,
that time.
6 p.m. to 8 p.m. like Alvin was saying, the 2-hour thingy. Sometimes we go 4 hours when the grid is really, and
Yeah.
sometimes we have 3 times a day. So most of the times
crazy.
we don't have electricity. So yeah, we're going back to the
Stone.
Stone Age.
Nonetheless, the second topic on the breaking news here this morning is on Twitter. It's saying #freezing. It is cold all over South Africa. It's
Yeah.
crazy. And we are expecting a cold front here in Johannesburg. And actually, I saw something yesterday that we might experience snow.
Yeah.
If you guys don't know. So get yourself ready. Get
What,
yourself
here
prepared.
in Gauteng, alleen Johannesburg?
100%. We might be getting
Wow.
snow. So
That happens
Do
for
you-
like it. For those of you who watch, who always get snow, this is like big news to us because we do not get snow. Our snow comes like maybe once every 10 years.
and now finally we can like literally embrace the song. Do you wanna
Build a snowman. Woo! Come on through with that because we are literally frozen, as you heard.
I actually saw a beautiful caption or a meme on Twitter this morning, and it says, "If your man really loved you, he'd bring you the sun to your room,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
here you are freezing."
Yo.
Wow. Wow. How do you like that?
Yes.
I love my girlfriend, but I'm not gonna go fetch the sun for her to have it in a room.
You can give her the Son of God. You
Wow.
can introduce her to the Son of God.
That was better. That was
I was just
better.
thinking of putting a heater in the room. You took it to a whole new level. And some of these heaters look like suns because they're very bright.
The patio heaters, the
Yo.
gas ones. Those ones are so hot though. Yo, you will
Yeah.
feel like the sun is sitting here on
So-
your shoulders.
But nonetheless, the last topic that we have here on the breaking news segment is more of a motivation.
Okay.
And myself and one of the producers, Clayton at the back, spoke about it a few weeks ago. And we want to title it We Crush Wednesdays.
We crush Wednesdays.
We Crush WCW.
Okay.
Shout out to you,
Just-
to our producer. Creative
You know the
director.
feminists out there. The feminists out there are coming for you. They're gonna be like, "Oh, so you taking another thing from woman, huh? It's supposed to be
No.
woman crush."
We just want to motivate women and men all around the world. And we
Okay.
say, you know what? Whatever Wednesday you're dealing with, it might be
Yeah.
a good Wednesday, a bad Wednesday, but just know
Crush
that
it.
we crush it.
Come on,
You know, so
crush it.
Yeah.
Crush it. It's like slang for.
slamming or demolishing.
I was gonna say it's slang for you killed it, but that's also slang. Kill it. That's slang for do it. Just go out and make it work like you. You know, I can't get to the right word.
Yo.
English, the idioms, they failed me today because I look
Out
like an
the
idiot
window.
because my idioms are not coming. But anyway, guys, we're going to get into our topic. We are still waiting for our guest. You must know, though, that the time zones are different, okay? So Jay, your mic is fixed.
Let's check it out.
1, 2.
Yay! Come on! Welcome to the club! Welcome to the...
Introduce me again, please.
Okay, let's
I'd
do this.
appreciate it.
Let's do this. He is absolutely extraordinaire. He is a one of a kind.
Why?
He is a lyrical genius. He gives them bars. I ain't talking about bar one though. You know what I'm saying? He is the one, the only. Je Pape. Jay Paris, hello.
What's happening? I know y'all can't see me, but I can see y'all.
Yeah.
Wow.
You basically on a Zoom.
Facts. Jay Paris in the building. Thank you so much. It's an honor and a privilege to be here. They call me Jay Billy now.
Jay Billy.
Why do they call you Jay
For
Billy?
Jay Billionaire.
Hey.
Wow.
You know,
Prophecy.
they call me Jay Billy.
And I'm wondering why the people saying Chestrel.
That's a deep one.
Yeah.
Chestrel.
Wow. What does it say, bro? Just.
No, not what you
Not that,
think.
yeah.
No.
Chestrillionaire.
Come on.
That was
Love it.
That was
the creativity on the show.
wow. I'm telling you, I was not ready for that.
That's right, bro.
And you, bro?
They call me Al Quinn.
Yo, Rand.
Elquin.
Eloquent.
Is it quintillion?
LRP.
After trillion, you get quintillion, I think. So, yeah.
I think that person just thought your name was Quentin.
LRP. They call him LRP.
Shout out to my girlfriend's dad, Uncle Q. What's happening?
Alquin. Okay, we see you trying to get some brownie points for the father-in-law. Be like,
Come
you know
through,
what?
come through.
You know what?
Daddy.
I'm gonna. Your daughter's gonna take my last name. I'll take yours, Daddy.
Wow.
Kom Quentin Miller.
You can change it up, baby. It's cool because you're gonna be Raylene Miller anyway, Mrs. Miller in the house.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
And Elise Jacobs is saying, ha ha ha, Jesse.
Yo.
He's
Shout out to Better News.
Triller.
We're still waiting for our guest. Dum, 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 Oh, the show is so amazing. I hope you guys are having an awesome time back home.
Yo, my stomach is so sore.
Six pack.
But listen, guys, we're going to be speaking about, we've got a special guest on the show. Anka Hendricks. Anka Hendricks says, I wasn't ready for that.
Yeah, our guest is actually in the comments here.
He's in the
It
comments.
says, "Hey guys, I sent you an email.
We're
Come
just waiting.
through,
We're
babe."
waiting for the email to come through. I'm in zoning in here.
Let's check it out.
Okay.
Waiting.
You know what? It's my fault. So these gentlemen will continue here. And I will send the link again because I seem to have sent the wrong link. I want to apologize to our guest. Bad on me. Bad. Shame on me. So the guys will continue the conversation. Maybe you can talk about what happened in football because I see you love that. No, let's get into that. Let's get
That's
into
the
that.
go-to. And
That
if you
is
speak football,
clearly the go-to.
There's
Now,
no
I
ending.
think let's speak cryptocurrency once.
Oh
lots.
my gosh, not
Guys,
again.
let's speak about cryptocurrency. Like, that's the future. That's where we're moving to. Football is not going to help us now. Okay, the Euros are happening, but, like, yeah, that's it. What else?
So Chelsea won
Chelsea.
the UEFA Champions
Okay, let's get
League.
into the UEFA Champions League.
You can talk about that. I mean,
You know
Chelsea won. Europe is blue.
And Manchester is dull
yeah.
in general.
Both
Both Manchester.
Both Manchester,
Jay,
Europa,
I just want to
and-
say, bro, people cannot see you, right now. And that's the same thing that Liverpool is going through, They're not seen in the top 4, or they are. They are seen in the top 4.
What's he talking about?
Hey, I don't know.
You're high.
Okay, so just an update. I sent you the email, Barry. I hope that I righted my wrongs. So, Yeah, let's go through the comments. Anka says she wasn't ready for that. Jessie, Chestrel, that's your new name. I feel like it's sticking. It's
Listen here.
sticking. Chestrel.
Quentin.
Check what Candace is saying. It's early for numbers, the Miller effect. Come
Ooh.
on, so who's
Okay,
really,
okay.
numbers, boy.
We're changing it up. It's the Miller effect now.
Wow,
It's
I
the
like
Miller.
that, Candace.
Okay, we've got our guest. Hi. Wow, finally. Hello, good morning and good afternoon to you. How are you doing?
Yeah.
What it
is. Sorry about that. That was my fault. I do apologize to everybody. I'm going to take the blame for that.
Yeah, it's all your fault.
I'm woman enough.
to do that,
To own up.
to
Yes.
it. So Barry, you are here already. We might as well just get straight into it. So let us introduce our guest to you. Well, you will do the honors of introducing yourself. Who is Barry? And yeah, let's go for it.
Well, you know what? But I wanted to hear about the crypto. You was talking about crypto. It was like,
Getting your crypto, quick 5 minutes.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Now,
Fine.
You know what? Let's just change this whole entire show into a crypto show, seeing that we're going to be speaking about it every week. So
Cryptos with Barry.
it's clearly what the
Love
people want to know. So Barry, you will come on as the fourth host. It seems like we'll have you every Wednesday, and we will be speaking. It will be crypto with Barry.
Yeah, we can do that.
So Aldrin, your crypto.
Oh, no, I was just gonna
your
speak
2
about-
cents. I don't know, is it still a thing? Does 2 cents work in crypto?
Yes, it does.
This
It
one
actually
always
does.
causes a fight in the
It
studio.
actually does. But nonetheless, let's get into it for quick 2 minutes. So I was just going to speak about what is happening with Ripple, XRP, and basically with the SEC. They drawing to a close on the court case that's currently happening. So if you have XRP, if you don't get...
You're going to have a lot of money in the future. Let's just say that. If you're owning XRP, if you have Ripple right now, it's sitting on like a 14, 15 rand, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, Jesse.
Purchase now, people.
14.57.
Purchase now, because once SEC loses the case and Ripple goes public, it's going to shoot to probably about $15 right after the announcement.
Come
so
on.
just
Come
stay
on.
tuned for that. So once it shoots to $15, make sure you put a lot of money in now, people, on 14 rand. Put a lot of money in. The more money you put in, the more money you make. Yes, people.
Thank you. And that is it. We cannot continue with this conversation. I draw a close because we didn't come here for cryptos and all those things.
100%. We came here for Barry.
Yes. So
Barry Conrad.
Barry Conrad. Now it's all up to you.
it's all up to me. Okay. Well, good morning, everybody. Thank you for having me at the Insight Show. I'm so excited to be here. I miss South Africa so much. I can't wait to come back to Cape Town, which is where I was born. And I haven't been back there since, I want to say, 99, which is a long time. Yeah.
South Africa only has Cape Town. Okay. It's okay. I mean,
what I was actually promised before from Leandro was she said that she'd get me the Gatsby recipe, which I don't see anywhere. I don't see in my inbox. I don't see in my DMs.
and you might as well just go get a Gatsby in Cape Town. I'm in Joburg, so you priorities.
Come on.
But so if you want my recipe, you have to come to Joburg for that. So I've got the recipe. It's just we're not going to be doing it on this show because you sent us a very complicated recipe.
If that's like a disclaimer because it turned out bad, come on, man. I can't wait to see what you cooked up.
Casey will take responsibility for that. I'm so well.
Because they were baking yesterday.
Yeah.
Because we don't have sufficient time and we want to know more about Barry and we don't want to spend too much time baking. So we baked the base of the cake yesterday.
Yeah.
And Jessie will just do the toppings and the icing. And we will be the guinea pigs to taste, well, me actually, because they made it. It's their work, the works of their hands. They should taste it if it tastes bad, but I had nothing to do with it. Now I must also just be thrown in there. But before we get to that, because we're going to get into it really shortly, in a short time, can you tell us a little bit more about yourself? Who is Barry Conrad?
Yeah. Well, I moved here on my own after moving to New Zealand with my family. So we left South Africa when I was about 12 or 13, and my parents wanted to give us a better quality of life. And it was quite dangerous over there, as you know. And the opportunities were quite scarce. And so moving from South Africa to New Zealand was a huge culture shock. First of all, there were no burglar bars on the windows. So I was saying to my mom, Mommy, how come there's no burglar bars in the windows? I still had my accent, and it was bizarre because we were so used to being protected over there, and then moving to somewhere like New Zealand where it's so open and free. It took a bit of adjusting to get used to that, and so I was there for about 7 years, and then I moved from there to Australia, which is where I now reside in Sydney, Australia, and that's the short answer. But I'm a singer, songwriter, and actor. I've always performed in school plays or church back in the day. And my dad played guitar and sang, and my mom is a singer as well. She sang and recorded an album with a gospel choir. So music was always around the house. I was always around a whole lot of different styles. So I've been like a sponge for music, and that's really kind of bled into my influences as well as an artist. And I cut my teeth behind the scenes, writing songs for other people, doing background vocals for other people, before doing a show that gave me a platform. It was like a reality show, and that sort of gave me my first sort of boost of my own thing. And from there, I built my platform, and I was able to do my own thing. And here we are today. Yeah.
Do you think it's fair then to ask you, between acting and singing and writing songs, what is your most favorite? Or is that just is it not a good answer, a good question?
You know what? That is that's hard because music's always going to be my first love, but it fills a different tank. So music fills a different tank to the acting, but they're both creatively fulfilling on the same level. You know what I mean? I was always performing. I never really boxed it into anything at the time, but it's only now it's like there's labels. You got to be a singer or a singer-songwriter or a singer-songwriter producer or an actor or a theater actor, TV actor. But it's all just, it informs each other as well, because the more I grow as a writer, the more I can bring to my acting. The more I grow as a person, the more I can bring to my music. It's just it all informs each other. And Leandra, you're an actress, so you tell us. I mean, what's your favorite medium? Do you prefer TV acting, screen acting, or theater? What do you prefer?
I'm theater trained, so I prefer theater. I actually have a funny story about my first time shooting for film. I don't know, for those of you who are aware or familiar with acting, theater is out there. So, and you have to like literally give 20% reaction for film. And so my reaction was 80% for film. And the director came to me and she's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm reacting. Is that acting is reacting, is it not? I'm like, I'm reacting. And she's like, you at 80%, take it down to 20. And I just felt like, you know what, you losing out, because I mean, this reaction that I'm giving is for the audience there at the back.
Yes.
That's in my mind. But acting for me is acting, because after my film debut or my television debut, I feel like I've enjoyed both theater and film. I feel like they're both rewarding in their own way. So yeah, but enough about that. Barry, back to you. I guess you've also added chef to your resume thanks to lockdown. Tell us a little bit about that. Your love for, I don't know, is it cooking or baking?
Yeah, well, it's cooking. I think baking, cooking, it's all the same thing. But during COVID last year, this is the thing. I was always waiting for the penny to drop because both my parents are really good cooks, and I'm a really good consumer of the food. You know, I'm a foodie, and I've always loved being in the kitchen, but just kind of never had that passion to cook. So I was like, is this gene gonna drop? Am I gonna wake up one day and want to do it? So during COVID last year, that happened. You know, I was stuck at home and I just started making all these dishes. And then it was since probably from Christmas time, I made an apple pie, which you guys saw on my Instagram highlights. And from that moment, I was just like every single week from then till now, I do a new recipe. And I actually really love it. Like, it's really therapeutic. I enjoy it. It's actually like a new passion. Like, I love doing it. Cool.
Your highlights, it seems like you've got a sweet tooth because most of your recipes were sweet and not really savory.
I mean, you know, I like it all, but I like chocolate. I like desserts. But I like savory as well. Over the weekend, I made 9 courses, actually. I did a 9-course degustation on Saturday.
Wow.
So, on that note, we're going to hand over to our chef because he has been really so nervous. I mean, you can see it all over his face because now he has to actually get to making the icing, the topping, right?
For the cake.
Yeah. So we will give it over to you to go to your station
And
while
Mr.
we
Miller?
and obviously. Mr. Miller can help him out if he feels like it. You know, you're not obligated to Mr. Miller because this isn't your segment.
You know, I just want to get into, Barry and
Yes, we want to get into his story. We want to know more.
Now that we're on the topic of food, I just want to know. I just want to let you know, Barry. So my favorite food spot in Sydney is the Sydney Tower Eye restaurant. I don't know if you had
Okay,
food
you can
there
just
before.
give the shot on there. I'm gonna go
But-
help our chef because he needs help.
The food I had there was amazing, and also the view that you have while eating the food was phenomenal. So yeah, that's my favorite spot to get food in Sydney.
Say it again. Say the spot. What's the place?
Tower Eye restaurant. I don't know what's the name of the restaurant, but
I've been
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
I've been there. I went there. Yeah, I went for New Year's one year, and it was like at nighttime, like revolving.
wow.
It was a revolving restaurant sort of thing. Yeah, it
Yes.
was amazing.
Yes.
There's places too. You got to come back. There's better places as well. Yeah.
Definitely, I'm definitely coming back. If you should know, I'm actually planning on coming through to Sydney. Currently, I am studying at Hillsong College. You know Hillsong College?
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually
Yeah, so-
studying at Hillsong College, but because the borders are currently closed, I cannot be with you in Sydney. So hence, once the borders open, I will be coming through to New South Wales.
Oh, nice. Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks, bro. So that's how I was super excited.
So
for
because
this.
I'm like, geez, man, I got a brother from South Africa in Cape Town that's currently in New South Wales. So I'm definitely hitting you up after this show, bro.
I'll give you like all my food suggestions, like places to eat, because it's gonna blow your mind. There's so many other places to go, other than that.
Definitely, bro. Definitely. I actually wanted to also speak to, so while we were setting up here this morning, Barry, we were going through some of the one song, Ocean Road.
Yeah, your latest
Your
single.
latest signal, bro. What a song! It's such a beautiful song. You honestly so talented. I've seen one of the episodes on Neighbours, one of the shows that you're currently acting on, and it is phenomenal, bro. So to look at you and I'm like, geez, man, this man can basically do everything. The song that you wrote, Ocean Road,
Damn, this homie got a homie crush.
Yeah.
What a
Man
song.
crush. Man crush.
Come on, guys. It's not a man crush.
Jeez.
I'm
It's
just
okay.
appreciating
It's
talent
okay.
right here.
There's nothing wrong
I'm
with that.
appreciating talent.
That's
and the
what we-
homie is from South Africa.
Exactly.
So, you know, I
That
just
is
need
cool.
That's what it's all about, you know, bros supporting bros. It's important. Let's just all support each other. Don't make excuses about it, Eldon. It's fine. Barry, we've got a man crush over here.
Oh, thank you.
Our Eldon's man crush every day. Because it's not Monday, it's a Wednesday. So man crush Wednesday. But yes, we want to speak about Ocean Road. So I've been listening to a couple of your songs. I went onto your YouTube page. So it's Barry Conrad for those of you who are watching. And you have a number of songs out, and I was reading one article where they said that you actually used to be a songwriter, so you wrote for other people, and then you even said it yourself that you started writing for yourself. But what I've noticed is, and I don't know, is it just me, or you will just comment on that and tell me if it's the truth, but with this specific song, Ocean Road, I feel like it's a lot more narrative. You're telling a story. And with the other songs, so I don't know, was there, because the other songs, they rich in lyrics, obviously. I'm not too sure, is that your thing? Are you a lyric guy, or are you more into melodies and those kinds of things? But like I feel a strong sense of your appreciation for lyrics, but I feel like with this specific song, Ocean Road, it was very narrative in style. Do you think your writing style has changed over the years, or would you say that it's just improved, or you've just added new elements to it?
That's a great question. You know, I definitely think it's improved. I think it's changed. And I think going back to what I said before, like, I think life informs your art. And the more you grow, you become more comfortable, you know, sharing what you want to say, actually articulating what you want to say, and also simplifying. Sometimes, especially when you're starting out, you want to be clever. You want to, you know, make things really shiny and really, you know, clever and poppy, or try to follow a formula. I feel like with this song, it's the first song that I released in so long, and
Sorry. Because
Scenes. If you could see what's happening behind the scenes. Our cameraman is trying to help Jesse to mix the butter. The butter's too hard.
For the icing.
So we've got a little bit of an issue. We might not get that chocolate cake that we've all been wishing for, because it seems.
You're going to get it. You will get it.
Okay, we will get it. We will get it. I'm so sorry to interrupt your word, Barry, but like what's happening behind the scenes is so unprofessional, guys. Can we please just get back to Barry?
I like it. I like that you reacted, because it's like you actually like recognizing what's happening. A lot of times when people just pretend the light didn't fall down or whatever, that's boring. It's more exciting that you reacted to it.
Peripheral vision is really good, so I see everything. I even see what's happening this side in this room of darkness next to me here. So
I actually wanted to comment on the Ocean Road song this morning. While listening to it, I told Leandra, I was like, man, this sounds like a worship
he
song.
was in here playing Ocean Road when I walked in this morning, and his hands are lifted high. I'm like, okay,
Gee whiz, man, such a
make it
beautiful
your
song.
own. Make it your own.
And I want to know, where was the video shot? Was it at Mendy Beach, Bondi Beach? I know there's a beautiful beaches in Australia. So I just want to know which one was it shot at?
Yeah, well, it's not in Sydney. So we went to it's about 3 hours drive from Sydney, and a place called Byron Bay. And it's, man, can I tell you, this is my first time going there. And as soon as you drive into the town, it's like, why have I not been here before? It's kind of like it's always buzzing. It's like a small town, but there's a lot of tourists there. They're making a lot of films there as well. There's a vibe. And the beaches there are insane. And so we shot some of those beach scenes at White Beach. And we had to like hike up the hill, go down there. It was beautiful. There's pretty much no one on the beach but us. And then the waterfall scenes as well. It was just picturesque. I couldn't have asked for a better location for the video.
Let's kill the music video. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Okay, so moving away from Ocean Road.
You were saying something about a worship song. What do you mean? Like,
so the feel of the song sounded very like it was. The story of it is beautiful. It's really beautiful, but just the chords in this, it's like it's very worshipy, man. Like.
So Aldrin himself, he sings. Remember when I had the meeting with you, I was saying that I sing myself, but I've never really like sang in public, and I told you about the whole choir thing. So Aldrin's actually in the band, and he's one of the vocalists.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why you can get an idea of what he means by worshipy. That's his life. So he basically turned your song into a worship song, although your song was clearly a love song. But okay, well, to each their own.
Yeah, I made it my own.
Yeah, but
you
he
wrote it for us, bro. So I made it my own. So yeah.
But I mean, when I was singing, oh, when you lay on my chest. It's not very worshipful. It's, not really singing to Jesus,
Yeah, I like the way you lay on my chest. That's Jesus speaking right there. Christian people turning every song into a gospel song. That was one of my memes this week on Instagram. On Monday, there was a meme.
Okay.
There was a song by Ellie Goulding, and this guy was reacting to it. It's like, oh, yeah. She's talking about Jesus. So that's what Aldrin, that's the reaction that Aldrin got from you.
Yes, bro.
The Christian slide. But we want to speak to you about, I want to ask you about balance, because we hear a lot in the industry, and especially among artists, it's important to have balance in your life. So balancing your career, balancing your personal life, balancing your health and your mental health, all those things, especially during COVID. I feel like it's a time when we actually realize the importance of just getting balance, because for me, it was a matter of we were so rushed, and there was nothing that really stopped us. We were just hustling. We were out here trying to make ends meet. We were out here trying to do our best, to improve our lives. And for me, during lockdown, it was like, no, nobody can do anything about it. You all just have to go into lockdown. So for us, we had lockdown. I'm not too sure what you guys called it there. Was it quarantine, or did you have some sort of restrictions going out? And so, well, obviously you were at home baking. But how would you define balance? Because I feel like balance is different for all of us. It's not the same for everybody. Some people feel like just balancing career and family, that's balance. For others, it's spirituality, it's health, it's finances, it's their careers, it's relationships. So how would you define balance, and how would you say you work towards achieving balance? Because I don't want to assume that you've already achieved balance. So how do you work towards achieving balance?
I think that's a really important question, because people always, there's a cliche that people throw around, like, have balance, be balanced, live a balanced life. But I feel like balance means different things for different people, and it's not necessarily a 50-50 or like an equal ratio necessarily on paper, but it's more, we all have different capacities. Like for me, I need to, by nature, I'm more of an introvert. Even though like what I do for a job is like I'm extroverted and I can work a room and I can talk to anybody, that's fine. But why I say that is because to fuel up, I need to take time away. So for me, that looks like setting my mind for the day every day. Instead of waking up and reaching for my phone straight away, my version of balance is, okay, I need to get my routine going, which means I'll go for a walk or go for a workout by the ocean. And, practice gratitude, set my mind before I check my emails, before I look at the demands, like be here, sing here, do this. Because I find if I just look at those things, it runs my day, and it ends up, I'm not actually setting my own trajectory. You know what I mean? And so for balance for me is, first of all, setting my mind for the day. Second of all, it's actually scheduling breaks, scheduling days off, because it's easy to say, I don't know if you get this a lot. How are you doing? Oh, busy. How's it going? Busy. It's like, well, the question actually was, how are you? Not what you're doing, And so like retraining myself, okay, I'm feeling like this, but I'm doing this, and separating the two things, because part of finding balance for me is actually not confusing what I do with who I am, you know, because it's easier to get that wrapped up in each other. And then if work's not going good, you're not doing good. You know what I mean? We're actually, there's a separation, man. And that can be easier said than done with what we do, because we work for ourselves and stuff like that. But it's important to, for me to have that separation a little bit. I don't know if that answers the question a bit more, but yeah, setting my mind first thing in the morning, scheduling days off where I can, and also scheduling a dopamine hit. And what I mean by that is, if I'm working on something hard, I set an incentive in my mind. Okay, I'm gonna have a dopamine hit, and for me that looks like having a huge feed, like a good meal, or spending time with the people that I love, or just doing something regular and something that I love doing. And I think it's really important to reward yourself like that, so that you're not just going, burnout, going, because then you're always just reaching. It's important to have the ebb and flow, like whatever you give, you got to put back in again. You can't just give. What do you think about that?
No, I agree with you.
100%. It's like I was saying, especially for me during COVID, that during lockdown, that's when I realized the importance of balance. I always thought I had it on lock. Excuse the pun, lockdown. But I did not, because I was actually, like you were saying, I was busy. And for me, that was me achieving something. And I wasn't really achieving anything, because busyness and productivity is a completely different thing. And I realized that I was so busy that I wasn't being productive. So I neglected a lot of my first loves, like writing, for instance, which I've always done, over the years. Even if it's just journaling, for me, that's writing. I don't need to be writing a script in order for me to call myself a writer, because it started my working the muscle of writing started with journaling. So I started journaling again, because I was so busy doing stupid things that I even forgot to just, journal my thoughts and actually understand, like, where are you in terms of. So for me, balance is between, I have these, is it five things in my life that I balance out. So that would be spiritual, first and foremost. I'm a big believer in balancing yourself spiritually, because I feel like a lot of the things that we manifest comes from where we are spiritually.
Yeah.
So that's in my belief. I'm balancing spirit. You were saying gratitude in practicing gratitude, because I do believe it's something that you practice every single day. It's a conscious thing that you do, because you have a choice. You can choose to be grateful, or you can choose to be sulky, especially during a world pandemic. Things aren't going your way. So for me, it's spirituality, it's relationships with my loved ones, with my friends and my family. It is my career, which is something that I've started working on again, and almost like repurposing my career. And then it's finances, working out where I am financially and how I can improve on that. And also, fifthly, it was my health. So during lockdown, we started a group to stay active, a group of my cousins and I, and we started Zoom calling each other to keep energies high, to keep spirits high, and just staying active with that. And then, so that's the 5 areas of my life that I balance out. And for you, Eldon, how's that? How do you define balance? And
I think for me, I'm also not gonna shy away from the most important thing in my life, spirituality, because everything stems from that. If I believe when your foundation is set, and the deeper the foundation, the taller the building. So my foundation is in Jesus, Christianity, and the deeper it is, you can do anything. Philippians, one of my favorite scriptures, and I believe that's the reason why we have so much talent. We can do anything, like Barry.
Yeah.
He's an actor, singer, writer. He does everything. I'm an MC, podcast host, you name it, right? But the world says, jack of all trades, master of none. You know what I say? Philippians 4 verse 13, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So yeah, that's me.
That's good. Finding something that defines you, and that's important. But what I want to find out by you, Barry, navigating the industry, firstly in a foreign land, because you took us through your journey. You moved in at a young age. You moved to New Zealand, and then you moved to Australia. So you were out of the safety net of your parents, and basically navigating the industry and navigating it in a foreign country, because your foundation years, your development years, was in South Africa. And now finding new, I mean, you were talking about culture shock. We are no strangers to the diversity of culture, because we come from one of the most diverse countries in South Africa. But what is it like moving to another country with a different culture and having to navigate your way through that, as well as pursuing your career?
Man, first of all, the first thing that I noticed was I look completely different. You know, so I get off the plane in New Zealand and I look completely different to everyone there. You know, have you been to New Zealand before or no? No. So there's a lot of Maori and Pacific Islanders and then European, white. And for me, he was like a black mixed race man. But then I was a kid. It's just like I look completely different to these guys. Like, how do I fit in? How do I belong? So that was one thing to adjust. Not to adjust, but to kind of, you know, it took a while for me to find a home, you know, like a crew that I hung with, or, you know, friends and stuff like that. And that's pretty hard when you're a teenager and you're just trying to, like, you know, kick it and stuff. Moving from New Zealand to Australia was actually easier, because in a way, because I feel like Sydney is so much like Cape Town. It's like a melting pot of people. There's so many different nationalities here. There's so many different ethnicities here. I felt it was more like going to Cape Town in a way, in that way, in terms of the look and the feel. Financially, I mean, it was expensive, you know, and also just to go back, I'm kind of going all over the place, but even coming to New Zealand, we had to divide our rand by 3. So at the time, it was like 3 rand to $1. And so we had like a nice house and stuff in South Africa, and we were pretty good. And then coming to New Zealand, like downgrading our life, like, you know, a home and you know, it was tough. And as a kid, you're just a bratty kid, like, where's this, where's that? You know, this sucks. Why are we here? You know? But I used to joke, I joke now, but I used to say to my parents, when are we going to New Zealand? Because I'm failing Afrikaans. When are we moving? You know? And so it was a way for me to stop. But yeah, it still remains a challenge coming from South Africa, because, as well as, you know, we're in a time where it's pretty tricky. The Black Lives Matter movement, you know, there's a lot happening in terms of diversity, a lot of ebb and flow in that space. And it's a challenge as a black mixed race man, let alone a black mixed race actor or singer, to carve a career. You know, I do feel like it presents its own set of challenges as well. So there's that. But certainly now, in terms of culturally, I feel really comfortable in Sydney, in Australia. It's a great country. And I still feel like I'm home when I go to New Zealand. There's still a sense of home. You know, there's so much of my formative years were there, and my family's all still there. So I always love going back there. I don't know if I answered your question. Did I answer your question?
Did. And would you say that those experiences, because I know, like, for myself, when I do these acting classes, and they always say create an emotional bank for yourself and, you know, your experiences. That's the reason why journaling is so important for me as an actress. I do not know how other actors, what their process, what their processes are, but for me, it's journaling. And so would you say that those experiences has aided in where you are at the moment as a performer? Do you use some of your experiences in your art as a means of manifesting that in your art form?
Definitely. I think one of the biggest things that coming from South Africa has given me, I don't know if it's because I was born in South Africa or it's family or whatever, but I think it's resilience. You know, it's really taught me resilience, because I learned the value of hard work, and that nothing is handed to you, and there's no substitute for hard work. You know, you really, you know, a lot of people can feel entitled. You can say because you have this, you have that, you deserve it. Well, actually, no one deserves anything. So it really taught me to be resilient. And I've had a lot of like highs and lows, and that's part of the industry. It's very, as you know, it's a roller coaster, you know? So resilience is the biggest thing I think that's come from there. And absolutely, it's informed my art. I actually did a show a couple of years ago called Madiba. So it was a theater show, and it was based on Nelson Mandela's life. And that was especially meaningful because my character and the girl he falls in love with, pretty much that was the relationship my parents had. So I was pretty much their story, the interracial love and apartheid and all of that. So I really got to almost revisit that stuff, you know, and kind of go, hold on, like, what was that time like that I can remember when I was a kid? And also what did my parents go through? And that was quite cathartic, I would say. And it's really cool when you can use that stuff in your art, because it just gives it more gravitas, it gives it more meaning. And rather than, okay, let me just watch a movie and find a reference there. You know, you actually have it in your blood, you know?
So we've reached almost the end of the show, but I want to ask you, where to from here? Do you have any plans? I know that you say that you consciously schedule or you prepare for your day, and but what do you have in mind for the future? 5 years, 10 years, or next week? Because there's no pressure, right? We shouldn't be pressured into this. What's your 5-year goal? What's your 10-year goal? For me, it's a matter of whatever you can handle. So what do you have planned for next week, next month, next year, tomorrow?
What I will say is one thing that's definitely on my list is visiting South Africa again. As soon as these borders open again, man, I want to get back there and reconnect with my roots and visit my family. You know, I would love that. Traveling, more films, more music, business ventures that I'm working on. More time with the people that I love as well, and as you were saying, the balance part of it. You know, more of that. And because my definition of happiness for me is being, you know, of success, I should say, is happiness, not just doing stuff, but actually doing, you know, what makes me feel great. And that means spending time with the people I love and spending my time the way I want, you know? So I'm working towards that. And it's kind of a vague answer, but yeah, what about you?
So for me, I'm just going to continue working on my craft and also spending more time with the people that I love. I recently became an aunt again. So I've got a really big family. Like, I'm talking really big. Half of Joburg big. That's my family. So I'm very family orientated. So spending more time with family, watching my nephew grow up, and yeah, that's what I have planned in terms of those things. And obviously just growing as a person as best as I can, navigating ways around that in a world that's forever changing. That's the reason why I say there's no pressure for 5 years or 10 years, because the world is always changing. I mean, we didn't foresee a world pandemic in 2020. And I had all these plans. I was even discussing it with my agent. When we in the beginning of lockdown, because my manager like basically touched base with all of his artists, which was such an amazing thing to do. People were saying, you know, check in with your loved ones, and he actually did it. So he had one-on-one Zoom sessions, and he asked me, he's like, where do you see yourself, and how, like you were saying, how are you, not what are you doing? Because I was answering him like, you know, I'm so busy trying to make things happen, I'm working, I'm doing online courses. And he's like, that doesn't impress me. I want to know how you are doing, because once you understand how you are doing, everything else will fall into place. And so that's what I'm working on. Really it's a lot of mental work, but it's so rewarding. You, Mr. Miller, I mean the Miller effect.
Well, I'm actually, you know what's happening in my life, but for Barry, I'm just, you know, I'm also working on my craft as a speaker, and also studying, finishing, trying to complete my studies at Hillsong, trying to get into Australia. So I'm waiting for the borders to open. And once that's done, I think there is a set plan or vision for me being in South Africa. And then obviously when I get that side, I can't wait for my journey to begin that side. So yeah, that's it for me.
That's good. Okay, so we're going to hand over to our chef because he has been...
cooking up a storm.
Yeah, it feels like a storm. So we've got, I don't know, did you tune in the beginning of the show when we were saying that there's a cold front in South Africa? So it's really cold. And our chef is making it worse because he's cooking up a storm over there. But we're going to see... so if I can ask our camera guy to just move the Zoom cam towards our chef over there so that Barry can actually see if he's doing the things, you know?
You know what? We don't have much machinery that's needed for this.
Give him a mic.
But we make do with what we can.
This is hilarious.
Do it right now.
Okay, lovely.
So, usually you'd use the zzz thing.
Yeah.
But
The hand
unfortunately-
mixer
The hand mixer, but we don't have the zzz thing.
or the electrical
Or
mixer.
the electrical mixer.
So we use
So we're using
manpower.
a fork. Yes, we're using manpower. Horsepower over here.
Yes, taking it back to the Stone Age. Why not?
Yeah,
I mean,
no.
because just think about it. Aldrin spoke about lockdown this morning, right?
Yeah.
I'm not lockdown, load shedding. So say, for instance, we had load shedding. What were you going to do? Huh?
You're going to have to do it this way.
Come on now.
You know, in
There
South
we go.
Africa, we don't have electricity a lot of the time. So we need to make plans.
That's all I'm hearing.
Wow.
It looks good though.
Come back.
Just
Show Barry real quick.
Good. That looks thick, creamy. Looks good. Yeah.
We're not on your level, you know, but we're trying. Okay. So let's, I don't know how to do it because I don't have the equipment.
And we don't have much time either, so
Yeah,
you
'cause
literally have to
I'm just going to wing it.
wing it.
Like you know, I always do.
Mr. Winging it. Just
Mr.
do
Winging
do best.
So, whew. Yes, just moving it around there. Yes, man. Just, I don't know if I have enough icing sugar for the whole cake.
I guess you must just do the top.
Yeah, we're probably just gonna have to. Nah, but I'll make it work.
Come on.
I make it work.
No excuses here.
Yeah, I'm supposed to actually put icing under so the cake doesn't move around.
Yeah.
But you know what?
Making this cake, or did you just, you know?
From my co-pilots over here, Leandra and Mr. Miller Effect. So they and Quentin. So they helped me make the cake. Yes.
So, in the recipe, it says brewed coffee, freshly brewed coffee, and it says 250 grams, which is about a cup, right? Like the small cups. So, I brewed the coffee and I put it in the cup. And I'm thinking these gentlemen are going to use common sense, which is not that common, and throw it in little by little because you're just adding it in. This guy's fingers were burning because it was a glass cup, so he threw the whole thing in. So instead of having a cake batter, we had milkshake. Chocolate milkshake, so we had to add in the flour. Yeah. But, you know, we will see how it goes. It's looking, I must admit, I think it looks, for his first time, this is his first time making a chocolate cake.
My first time making any cake.
It's looking good. It's looking good from where I'm sitting. Yeah.
I hope it's not
That makes it look good. Mooi van ver. Oh.
We told you to come to Joburg. But you want to be in Cape Town,
we'll Bluetooth. We'll send something to you via Bluetooth or
we'll
like
transfer it or
like
Dropbox.
So tell me, bro.
Me out like that, saying, "Oh, you wanted to go to Cape Town, not Joburg." It's like, what's he trying to call me out?
Really bad with Leandra accent, Barry. You need to work on Leandra accent.
Barry, I want to know.
I feel like I can do a Barry accent. Say something. Say something.
Say something.
Me?
No.
I really want to taste that chocolate cake.
I really want to taste that chocolate cake.
Yeah.
There was a bit of a tongue roll, a lip roll in the beginning by really. It sounds a little American, standard American accent. I really want to taste that chocolate cake.
Listen, Barry, do you speak Afrikaans, bro? Can you speak Afrikaans or?
Ek kan praat 'n bietjie Afrikaans.
Yeah, man.
I say.
I'm actually relearning it. So I actually got an audio book and I'm relearning the language. Yeah.
Nah, that's good. That's good, bro. Yeah, no, you must stick to the Afrikaans, my man. It sounds very. I don't know, but I know when I was in Australia in 2019, they were. I know some of the Australians really liked our accent, but I'm not sure which one exactly. Is it the English or the Afrikaans that they really love?
I think they like this kind of accent, like what you guys are doing now, like kind of the strong, Everyone that I know that's met a South African, they like the accent. They're like, say something again, that's so nice, say it again, say something.
It's the second most accent in the world.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Second to French, I just want to say. Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Merci beaucoup. So, yeah.
I want to see your faces clearly because I want to see the reaction that you have as soon as you taste it. And,
Chocolate on chocolate.
Wow.
Doesn't look presentable, but I'm sure.
Yeah.
And also
Remember, I told
not-
you the presentation will not be like yours, but the taste is what matters at the end of the day.
And also, not too much icing, because
Yeah, no, I'm
it's
done.
perfect.
Yeah.
Barry's the one with the sweet tooth. Not all of us have such a sweet tooth. We prefer savory.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I think.
Are we ready to cut it?
And I wanted to fast.
So when you were saying that your parents are quite good at cooking, baking as well?
my mom is more the baker, but both of them are really good, like savory cooks, like chicken curry, biryani, roti and curry, all that stuff. Cook sisters,
That I can
so
do.
you have cook sisters.
That I can do. I'm gevaarlijk. Afrikaans word is dangerous. Gevaarlijk with the biryani and a curry. So, but what I must just say is that Jess is also really good at cooking, like food, not baking. He makes a mean butter chicken.
Everyone just knows me for butter.
He just makes butter chicken. He's not a mean cook. He's a mean butter chicken cook.
And I make a good Korean fried chicken.
Yeah, that too, and ramen noodles.
Good thing. I love fried chicken. It's my favorite.
Serious.
Yeah.
Next time when we are making Korean fried chicken.
When I come to Joburg, Leandra, you got to hook it up. Let's do a cook up,
Yes,
Cook off.
definitely.
By the way, bro, I forgot to ask. Like, nowhere does it mention that you're in a relationship. Do you have a girlfriend? Like, what's the? Yeah, let us know.
Available. That's all I'm going to say.
Crushed all our dreams here this morning. So we're gonna cut it up and we're gonna taste it. There's the cake cutter.
Should I do the
Do
honors?
the
or-
honors. Do the honors. No, in the middle.
Right through.
No, start in the middle.
You start like that, yeah. In triangles, my friend.
Yes.
Not too big, eh?
Okay, it's moving.
There's also no time to decorate it because our time is unfortunately up. It was the mixing that took so long, you see.
Yeah, you know what? I'm willing to look past the presentation if it tastes good.
Okay,
Awesome.
let's go.
Let's hope this thing comes loose here.
Nice, bro.
Oh my gosh.
And don't worry, Barry, I'm really honest.
Oh, you know what it is?
But it's working, Barry. It's working. There's no excuses here, bro.
I'll have a small piece. For now, I'll start off with a small piece.
Is that small enough for you?
Okay, so Libby's gonna go for an
Okay, it smells like chocolate cake. He's gonna get a spoon. Thank you. Okay, here goes. Ladies and gentlemen, viewers out there, the famous chocolate cake. Bon appetit.
Bon appetit.
That's alright.
Okay. So, we were speaking about balance earlier. There's not much balance in this particular chocolate cake. I'm not sure. I feel like, you know when something's really cakey? That's what I'm getting. Also, the topping of icing, I taste the butter. That's all I'm saying.
More than the sugar.
I feel like I'm eating buttered chocolate cake. So, that's my verdict.
I can taste the butter.
Mr. Miller.
Look here. So the thing is, I helped Jesse cook this, bake this cake, right? The cake is good, but the icing is very buttery. Yeah, so we're probably just gonna add more icing sugar, and then it should be fine.
You should probably add more cocoa.
As well.
Yeah, it definitely needs more cocoa.
I won't lie.
But the cake itself is actually quite nice.
I won't lie. I give this a 10 out of 100.
Out of 100 though. 10% is okay, it's not too bad.
What's his comment?
You know what? I think for the first time
Yes.
making a cake, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. I think the icing, you taste the butter like they said. But that's also because I was shaking it up here, you know.
Also, why did Mr. Miller add coffee granules into the to the icing?
Because that's how I make a chocolate cake. I add some coffee in there because it just gives that rich coffee taste to the chocolate cake.
Okay, so let's get back into the show. Thank you, Jesse. I must just say thank you. Gratitude is important. Barry spoke
The
about
cake is
it.
good. The cake is
So,
good.
Jay, if you could just turn that this way. So, Barry, what do you give that out of 10? Right? Because you heard the comments, you heard us speak about taste, you saw presentation. Keep in mind that it was his first time. What do you say about that?
I will say, you said the cake tasted really good itself. The cake tasted good. And there was just a tiny error because of the maybe the butter and stuff like that. So what I'm going to say is I'm going to give it a 10. 10 for effort, 10 for your first time, and also on a show. Like, it's not like you're just at home. You have to, deliver it, all these different factors. So congrats, 10 out of 10 for me.
The guys that were saying that it's not that great and stuff, if you look at their plates right now, the plates are empty.
Not mine. I took one bite. I didn't say it was not bad. It was bad. I just said that balance is important.
Yeah. No, I agree.
But for next time, you will know. And also the pressure. I agree with Barry. There was a lot of pressure. So next time, you're going to perfect it. But for your first time, it's really good because I feel like... here's my thing with cake in general, especially chocolate cake. It must be moist, and that for me is what makes it a good chocolate cake. And this cake is moist. So to both Mr. Miller and to Jezo, congratulations.
Thank you.
But it looks like he disagrees.
Word. That's my least favorite word.
Okay, it must be
warm.
Well watered. Well watered.
How about
Use that word in front of Barry
family
again.
show, right? Yeah.
or taste, delicious,
Yeah, but the word suck is in succulent, so I would rather use moist. So let's just keep it at that. Also, this is a family channel, but it's okay because for the kids out there, they wouldn't know. Okay, so yeah, that concludes our show. Thank you so much for being on the show this morning, this afternoon for you. It was an absolute pleasure having you on the show and listening to your story.
I had the best time. Great to meet you guys again, and this brother over here coming to Australia. Well done on the cake. Can't wait to eat it in person. Try your butter chicken. Try Leandra's Gatsby. And awesome. Thank you so much for having me, guys. And I'll catch you next time.
Awesome.
Yeah?
So we'll ask that you don't leave. We just want to say bye properly afterwards. But to everybody who was watching, thank you so much for tuning in on this cold Wednesday. For those of you who are watching from South Africa, anywhere from South Africa. Yeah, Jessie just gave you an idea to make a chocolate cake. We will put the recipe in the description below. Compliments of Barry, who sent the recipe to us. So it's not our own. And it's also not Barry's. He also got it from a website. Collaboration is key, people. Collaboration is key.
Yeah.
So we will put it in the description below, and you can go and make the cake yourself if you would like to, because it's always nice to nibble on something when it's cold, right? Gentlemen, closing remarks from you, and then we wrap it up.
Cool. Barry, thank you so much, bro. Thank you for tuning in and just for being on the show this morning. You're super talented. And hopefully we get to meet up in Sydney soon. And if there's anything that I probably wanted you to do was just to give your last words of inspiration or motivation, rather, to every
Lead
South
Aldrin
African.
in worship with Ocean Road.
No. But just some motivation to everyone watching the show, because we do have millennials and Gen Zs watching the show. So any words of encouragement to them when you do close? Thank you so much, Barry.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you. You know what? What I'll say is words of advice. Be yourself. You don't need all the answers. Invest in people who will add to your life and want what's best for you. Done is better than perfect. And just relax and enjoy the ride, because it's going to be bumpy. That's all I'll say.
That's good.
Now you, Jess.
On my side, I just want to say thank you so much for the difficult task that you handed over to me of making a beautiful chocolate cake that's not that beautiful.
Well,
but
Barry
it's,
said it himself. Done is better than perfect.
Done is better than perfect.
You
It's
did it.
done, and it's not perfect, but it's there. And for you on your side, I wish you nothing but the best, bro. Continue pushing, continue working as hard as you are. And I pray and believe that big things will come your way. And I know there's probably a breakthrough and something that you still want in your life and on your journey. And I pray and I believe that will come through for you as long as you just keep pushing and working hard. And that breakthrough will happen for you.
Come on. Come on.
So you definitely gained a new family here in Johannesburg, South Africa. We are rooting for you, as well as our viewers on the Inside Show. We are rooting for you. We support you all the way here from South Africa, because as much as you an Aussie now, you know, you will still, your roots are in South Africa. So we want to say congratulations on what you have been doing up until this point. The hard work that you put in, definitely it shows. So big ups to you. And also, like Jesse and Aldrin said, we wish you nothing but the best. We pray that the journey ahead will just be smooth and that you will achieve all your heart's desires. And so that wraps it up for us, because I see that we are way over time and our producer's sitting there like, excuse me. Huh? Oh, Jay wants to say he's got some closing remarks. Jay, closing remarks from you. Jay, our friendly ghost. You won't be able to see him.
Yeah.
But his voice is there.
Yo, Barry, keep it lit, and like Jesse says, bro, we pray nothing but success upon your life, bro. And I don't know if you were here at the start of the show. I introduced myself as Jay Billy for Jay Billionaire, and I just wanna put that blessing upon you. So it's Barry Billy. Big blessings, broski. Keep it lit. Bless up.
Barry Billy.
Barry Billy.
Okay, so we the Billy family, y'all. We receive. Jesse's the But anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining us. Don't forget, next week, Wednesday, same time, same place. We love you. Bye.
Ta-ta.